Well, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name's Louie. Today we have some dual lands from Magic the Gathering to share with you. This is a collection that I purchased and picked up. I am always buying collections. You can reach out to me at KitchenTableTCG@gmail.com. This particular collection that just came in is 35 dual lands. We got 2 Taigas, a bayou, just one bayou, wow, 2 plateaus, let's see, 3 tundras, a volcanic island. We've got the underground seas. We've got tropical islands. We've got a bunch of badlands, 3, 4, 5, 5 badlands, 6, 7 badlands. Check out savannas. We've got 4 savannas. We got a million scrublands. If you are a white and black player, we got all the scrublands for you. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 scrublands. So lots of dual lands. Today I wanted to have a conversation about dual lands, where they are in the market, what is going on, and why they are so, important. Obviously they're great cards, but they are really the bedrock of the Magic the Gathering ecosystem. If you follow dual lands, you can really tell where the Magic the Gathering market is. And currently, dual lands are about, they're about a 5 to 8% decline in the last 3 months. And everyone's kind of talking about Magic as if it's stable and flat, and that's largely true in the vintage world. But dual lands are a little bit down lately. So let's talk about that a little bit. Why pick up dual lands? Like, the market's down a tad, but there's still cards that literally everybody wants. When you come into my store and I have the dual land that you want, most people are like, oh, excited that I finally got a new supply of duels in. Maybe we have a bunch of scrublands there, and that's just not the colors they were looking for, and we're out of underground seas, we're out of volcanic islands. It's the type of thing that people kind of look at and save up for, or decide to trade in a commander deck or trade in something when there's not something else that they want. Look, some of these are pretty minty. I'm not sure that I'll grade any of them. I don't typically get into grading Magic the Gathering, but that plateau itself, very, very good. So yeah, current market down 5 to 8%, and that's like, I think that's a summer thing. Personally, I think that there's a lot more reason for the seasons than there is on Magic the Gathering's ebbs and flows. Obviously, with Magic 30, we saw a huge decline in things like this. But then it picked back up, and we haven't had a Magic 30 moment in quite a while for Magic the Gathering. Frankly, the sets have been pretty strong and pretty good. And if anything, the success of current modern Magic would be taking away from the price of dual lands and things like that. Man, these are some clean duels, man. These are some clean duels. But I tend to think that summer and Christmas time get kind of weird. People who just want some money cash out of their cards. Having a $400 or $500 card that can pay for a chunk of your vacation tends to do things to the market, and I tend to think that there's more credence to basic life things like that than there is like Magic the Gathering having a bad year and that being why dual lands are down. But who knows? But let's see. Let's talk about condition here, because as you can see, some of these are absolutely minty. That one has a little bit of a binder ding to it. But some of these are absolutely minty, and other of them are, lightly played. Let's see if we can get you like a heavy played. I'm sure one of these scrublands. Here's a moderately played scrubland. Everyone talks about cards like, man, like, oh, I want a good condition, blah, blah, blah. I actually think with dual lands, I usually prefer the cheapest dual lands come in, because these sell, this moderately played scrubland will sell way, way quicker than this near mint one in my store. This is a difference. Oh, I don't know. What's the difference in price? Let me pull it up. There's a difference in price of almost $100. And the guy who's going to buy this doesn't care. He just wants it for his commander deck. And so just keep that in mind whenever you're buying or selling dual lands, that, yeah, like Pokemon, the condition matters so much. because the person who's buying it might be grading it, and there might be some of that going on in Magic. But the vast majority of the consumers who are going to be buying a Scrubland are going to be buying this to slot it into their commander deck. So they want sleeve, playable, ready to go cards that they don't have to worry about losing value because they're shuffling them. And so I actually prefer like the moderately played cards to the near mint ones. And that's definitely something, if you are a customer, to look into and make sure, not just me, but at your LGS or and make sure you ask, like, hey, do you have a different condition one? Because you can actually save yourself a good chunk of money if that's all you care about. Now, there are people who, will be collecting a full revised set, and they'll have a binder, and they'll say, like, I want one that's light played or better. And so that's a difference in the way that the market works. But for the vast majority of people who are buying dual lands, these are getting sleeved up and actually played in commander decks still. So just keep that in mind whenever you're buying or selling. Another thing to keep in mind, dual lands are by far the most faked Magic the Gathering card. There are a metric ton of fake dual lands, and because of the revised printing and being a little bit less vibrant in color, it's actually pretty difficult to tell a dual land kind of from face value, and if you're just looking at it or in a sleeve. So make sure you take out the cards if you are buying them, take them out of the sleeves, and then get yourself a jeweler's loop. I use these ones from Amazon. A jeweler's loop, this one even has a light. Ready? Watch. A jeweler's loop you're going to put on the back. You can do it when it's in a sleeve too. You're going to put it right there over top of that green dot. And inside that green dot, this isn't going to show you. Inside that green dot, there will be four red dots, 4 tiny red dots that make an L. And that's the best way to tell if the card is authentic or not. So when you're buying dual lands, when you're buying Gaia's Cradles, when you're buying high-end kind of played Magic that sees a lot of proxying and faking, make sure you invest in I think this is like a $15 jeweler's loop. I've had it for 15 years. Make sure you invest in something like that to make sure that they are authentic and real cards. You can do the light test. You can do a bunch of other stuff. The jeweler's loop is basically the foolproof way. You could reback a card, but I don't really see anybody rebacking revised duels. When you get into alpha and beta, you have to know some of the other ways of identifying a fake because of the rebacks, but for the most part, the jeweler's loop is the best way. So let's go back and finish this up. Voice crack there. Sorry, I had was that a Blink-182 concert last night? So I'm losing most of my voice. Why buy dual lands? Well, they are very, very safe purchases in Magic the Gathering. These cards will see play in every format they are legal in, literally forever, and Commander players want them, and people want them, and that makes them a safe purchase. You're not going to see a Scrubland go from $300 to $50. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to see those huge ebbs and flows in the prices like you will see in modern staples and other cards. Dual lands are highly playable and highly desired, and so that causes them to retain their value significantly. And so from a business perspective, putting 12 grand into a dual lands is fine, and it's good, and it's, if you have the capital to do something like that, it's a thing that I would probably recommend to you if you have that in your life. If you're just looking for consumer for your commander deck, I also think that these are obviously highly playable, and then it's like a little investment that you put into your commander deck. You get the experience of playing with them, but also you're not going to lose all your value like some of the other cards might if they get reprinted. And then from a shop perspective, if you're a store owner, people come in for this stuff all the time. We have one wall that has reserve list cards. And when the dual lands get emptied out and I don't have a volcanic island or I don't have an underground sea and all I have is scrublands or all I have is taigas, when that happens, you don't sell as much. And when we put these in, we'll see a huge amount of trade-ins, a huge amount of customers coming in to look at them. and it just drives people to the store and to pick up something that they've had on their radar for years. And so it's a big win across the board. The locals really enjoy that we have these and that we have access to them. And then obviously it generates sales, which is a big win for the store as a whole. Yeah, that's my thoughts on dual lands. Let me know what you agree with. Let me know what you disagree with. Do you have a different reason that dual lands are down 5 to 8%? I kind of looked on TCG Player. Across the board, dual lands are down over 3 months, but they were down way further than that because of Magic 30. So they had kind of a rebound, and then they've kind of tapered back off. But hopefully you had yourself a fantastic day. If you're looking to sell a collection, reach out to me at KitchenTableTCG@gmail.com. It does not have to be all dual lands. I buy all cards over 50 cents. We'll send you our rates, and we can hang out and chat about that. We do all the work for you, too. We process it. We go through the collection, condition everything. We send you a PDF of all the cards and what conditions and sets and everything they were in. So let me know what you think. Have a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you. We'll see you again next video.